What's up, everybody? Welcome to
Crokinole Queries?
Queries?
Queries. It's such a good name that you guys came up with.
First of all, Queries.
Queries?
But you are the person who named it, so...
No, it's Crokinole Quarries, like digging down deep.
Crokinole Queries. We'll just change
We're
the
getting
name.
deep.
Ooh. Okay, so I am joined by Devon Norris. He is the marketing specialist at Lucky Duck Games and also has a YouTube channel.
Devon Talks Tabletop.
That is right.
Yep.
And I assume that everything you say today is the official position of Lucky Duck Games.
It will be for today.
Okay,
and then tomorrow when I'm fired, it will no longer be the official.
Right, great. Okay, I love it. This is great. So we are playing Crokinole.
Crokinole, yes.
Which you also gifted this table to us.
I did. I feel like you guys were gracious hosts, so I felt like I needed to be a gracious guest. I also like you guys. That's the official position of I like you.
The official position of Lucky Duck Games. Devon likes us. But thank you for this. It spawned this show that we made up last week, and then you named. So thanks for coming on the show.
I mean,
you're
happy to be here.
You're here with a bunch of other folks this week, and
I don't think you guys even knew I was coming. I think you were inviting people, and I said I think they're doing something. Yeah. I'll drive down.
We're promoting Mythic Mischief Volume 2. You're here. We're hanging out. We're going to play some Crokinole. We're playing Tournament Rules. Which is play till 9 wins, essentially.
Yep, so you play with 8 discs. Whoever wins a round, you don't score up the points in terms of where they are. Whoever wins gets 2 points. If you tie, you get 1. If you lose, you get 0. First to 9.
Great. I love it. All right, so hand me one of your discs here. We're going to do a chess starting rules. So
but you know what is behind your back.
You got to pick one.
Which one? Whichever one I pick.
Whichever one you pick goes first.
Oh, whichever one I pick goes first?
Yeah.
Well, I want it to be white. Son of a...
So you're going first.
That's the official swear of Lucky Duck Games.
Son of a... All right. Okay. That's you, my friend. So one extra rule. You got to stay on mic.
Stay on mic.
Normally, it's
so I can't do
rule.
my... Yep.
I mean, you can get off the chair.
Cheek rule.
But you have to stay on mic.
So for physical body humor, should I attempt to do that while staying on mic? I think that
you can. I feel like there is an advantage to getting out here.
Definitely.
The flick comes from the hip is what the pros say.
The flick comes with the hip.
Yeah, it's like you got to power from the hip.
That's just something that you took from
through
Legally
the body
Blonde,
and then into the flick.
Yeah, I think
that's my form.
You watched Legally Blonde recently. That's all that is.
Well, so what? It's a great movie.
It is a great movie. Okay. National treasure.
Weak start.
To be clear, for all the people that are watching, it is very out of body to not be able to see your hand.
Oh yeah, that's tough. I mean, you can move your mic a little bit if that's helpful.
So I got to stay behind.
That's legal.
Yeah, this feels natural. This feels super natural.
Is it rude to talk?
This is gonna go badly.
Is it rude to talk during a shot like in golf? Is that?
I think it's totally fine, especially given the format of your show. I feel like you'd be really limiting yourself.
You do
need to hit that disc.
I'm really
you do need to hit that disc. I think for the sake of me trying to do this properly, Crokinole Queries.
So okay, you're a marketing specialist, and there are 3 regions.
Yes.
What are the
3 main regions?
And which one is like the best? Like, is there I'm the French region, and I'm obviously better than you.
Oh, I mean, the French market is definitely the best out of all 3 of them, simply because they live in France.
Yeah.
Can you imagine being able to do board game stuff and have great wine whenever you want it,
and being better than everyone? No, can't imagine it.
Being better than everyone. Okay, so this mic has a thing, and I don't even know. Can I even?
You can do it.
This is a gnarly experience here.
I believe in you.
I'm going to try and knock yours out and then ricochet mine in.
Okay, I hate that you called your shot just now and that it worked out for you.
I'm amazed that it worked.
All right. I gotta. Okay.
Ooh,
all right.
That was nice.
That worked out. Now I just gotta get one in the hole.
Gonna try and clear both of yours.
There's a thing you gotta watch out for me. I often take from the well. No, I often take from my own well without thinking about it. So you got to watch out for that.
No worries.
I cheat.
I'm just gonna flip this around so that you can move them better. There we go. Ooh. All right.
So yeah, but who's the best?
I mean, so the interesting thing about the other markets is that they have, because they're not the main English market, and I'm saying this with the bias of someone who's in the English market. Let's see if I can.
So what you're saying, where this is leading, is you're the best. That's
No,
what
I'm saying that the interesting thing is in the English market, because the English market is so pivotal for a lot of publishers who only publish in English language,
right?
Is they publish in English language, which means we don't get to partner with a lot of people for English language releases because they can already handle that because that's what they handle in Maine. But for the Polish and French markets, they actually have access to a bunch of games in their languages in Polish and French.
Nice.
Because it's, because through the partnership that Lucky Duck has with them. So like, for example, the French market publishes Dune Imperium. They publish Dice Throne.
Yeah.
They publish like Vindication and stuff. So they have like all of these crazy titles that are from publishers that I respect and love additionally in the English market, but they get to add that to the Lucky Duck catalog.
That's cool.
In those markets. So I think that that's like a really cool opportunity, is to kind of be the ambassadors for those games in those markets. So that was not good for me. That was really bad because now you just got a guy hanging back there.
Oh yeah, that is tough for you. I feel so bad.
You should feel so bad.
The mic rule kind of threw me off there. That was totally it. It's not that I'm bad at this.
Yeah, I understand. I get that. So I really value and admire that about the other markets, is that they get access to all of these cool partners.
Yeah.
And like we technically partner with them as an overall company. Do we want to name the Nat?
The Nat that's coming back? Sure. Yeah. What's the Nat's name?
Gary.
Gary. I like Gary.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's my
Gary
uncle's
seems
name.
nice.
He's a very kind man.
I don't know it. We'll see if I can get this all the way over. Nope.
That was a good try.
I appreciate it. Thank you so
much.
much.
So for those who might not know, what are some Lucky Duck popular games here?
So probably the one that put Lucky Duck on the map would have been. So that's 10 and 10. That cancels, but 20.
But you get it. So
2 up.
2 points for you, sir.
So the one that most people might recognize that kind of started to put us on the map is the term that was coined was digital hybrid. So this would be Chronicles of Crime, and that was there. And then
missing one.
Oh, it's right there. It's in the shadow.
Just
so Chronicles of Crime is a like murder mystery crime investigative storytelling experience, and so it uses the apps that the Lucky Duck development studio is known for. So that's where Destinies also uses the same app, and that's another big title that we're known for.
Cool.
One of kind of like the original partner games that we've had for a long time in our catalog is It's a Wonderful World, which I really enjoy as a like card drafting engine builder. And then let's see. So we got Destinies, Chronicles of Crime. We've got Flamecraft is a big partnership that we've done with Cardboard Alchemy.
Yeah.
So they obviously do like the Kickstarter crowdfunding and all of that stuff. I don't know how I can hit behind this. This will be interesting. I'm still talking.
Oh, wow. Great shot. Great shot.
Look at that. So we do Flamecraft. We just recently partnered with Paper Fort Games, and so that's where Cosmoctopus comes from. So we're doing like the retail stuff. There's kind of like different categories of Lucky Duck games. You've got the studio games, which are made in-house by us all the way. That's Destinies, Chronicles of Crime, Into the God's Grave, Divinus, Kingdom Rush, all of those games.
Did you say Divinus?
Divinus.
They named a game after you?
Yes. So they were like, Devon is awesome, but we want to make him even better. So we're going to give him a mythological, like kind of Greek ending to his name. So that was what they did with that.
All right.
And so those are the studio projects. Oh, that was brutal. That was a fantastic shot on your part. And now I need to make good on seeing if I can. That was not good. That was not good.
All right. Crokinole Query for you.
Crokinole Query for me.
What is the angriest you've ever gotten playing a board game?
The angriest I've ever gotten playing a board game? Oh, that's an interesting question.
I didn't touch yours. Focus.
Angriest I've ever gotten.
Or even just the first time that comes to mind that you can remember.
I don't know. if I have like a memory of me getting really angry, but kind of like the board game experience that has incited the most amount of anger that I can think of would probably be my family at Thanksgiving playing 8-person Captain Sonar.
Ooh.
Have you ever played
I've
Captain
played
Sonar?
Captain Sonar.
Have you played it at 8?
I have. But
Okay.
catch everybody up on what Captain Sonar
So
is.
Captain Sonar is kind of like real-time battleship.
Uh-huh.
So you have a submarine, and if you're playing with a full 8 people, you have 4 people on a team,
Mhm.
and you have adjacent but not overlapping roles. There's one person who's the radio operator, and their goal is to listen to the audible directions of the other team's captain and try to map out on a like see-through graph on the map of the board where this person could possibly be by the continued movement through islands and around in the ocean.
Yeah, it's like
And
team
so-
battleship with actual skill, but
Yeah.
it can be played real time. Like
Yes.
there's a version that you can play with turns.
Yes.
It was my first experience ever with like a real time
Yeah.
game, so it can be like very tense.
It's insane. And so, but the problem is because it's real time, the captain is giving out remarks, and the engineer is marking every time the captain moves. The engineer has to mark damage. So there are times where the captain's yelling out what they're doing. The other team is like, "You're going too fast. You need to slow down your directions." The own captain's engineer is like, "You can't even do that because we're damaged and we have to surface to heal ourselves."
Yep.
And then when you surface, you have to do like a whole mini game. And so you kind of either need people who are both competitive and reasonable humans,
Level, yeah.
or you like need an out of game arbiter to be like, "Hey, you don't do anything. We're stopping. You guys are about to do the surface. You guys just got hit." Like,
Yeah.
and so, but the problem is we had an arbiter who was self-elected, and then we had people on both sides that didn't want arbiters and that wanted to self-govern the whole game from one biased side. And it was one of the most frictious moments of my entire life was experiencing this 8-person Captain Sonar. We have not played to this day.
Really?
Like, not the game entirely. I've played with other people, but not at Thanksgiving.
I feel like playing games with your family specifically are like the times where it's like most ripe for those maybe like more contentious competitive environments.
Yep.
Right? Because like it's not about the board game.
Like, whatever existing psychological like stuff happens. That was fantastic.
Thank
That was
you.
really good on your
Thank
part.
you.
I was worried that you were going to knock it and get the 20 as well.
How many you left this round?
I've got 3, so you should have 2 left because you went first this round.
Really? I don't. You sure? Did
Yeah,
I skip you? I might have skipped you.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I have this and 2 more.
Okay. Yeah. No. I mean, you're right. Yeah. I should have that. I think I might have picked one up and put it down in here. That might have been what happened.
I should have gotten behind my shot, and that is. Oh, I'm okay with that actually.
Okay.
Because that allows me to just
All right. Nice.
lock that in.
So
this is your last shot, right?
This is my last shot. Yes.
Okay, sweet.
So who would you play board games with like growing up? Like who do you remember?
So I have like 2 different hobby kind of like backgrounds, which is card games and board games. So card games was like my family. Well, I guess I technically did board games with my family as well, but like I learned a lot of card games from my grandma.
Yes.
Like Kings in the Corner, like different types of solitaire games.
Oh yeah.
And then
were you like a euchre family or a? I'm trying to.
So I got 5 up. So I won the round.
You did not.
This is 15.
This
These
canceled.
cancel.
Yep.
This 20 plus that 20 cancels, and I got a 5.
Get out of here.
So 4 up. So I played like with my family. I played like Rummy Cube and stuff like that growing up. And one of my favorite games in terms of like things that I would do that was kind of like Captain Sonar before board games and like real time big group stuff was we would play big games of Nerds. Did you ever play? Do you know Nerds?
I think so.
So Nerds is like multiplayer solitaire, where you have your own deck of cards and you have to run out of your own deck. And you've got 4 rows that you're doing red black solitaire on in the board,
Yeah.
and then you have suited ace to king that you're doing in the middle of the board with everyone. So anytime you have an ace, like in a regular game of solitaire, you're slotting that and building up.
Mm-hmm.
Well, in Nertz, that's collaborative. So like I could put an ace of spades down and anyone could put a 2 of spades down. And so you're both trying to be efficient at solitaire in front of you and then also clear cards off of your solitaire and off of your deck in the board in front of you. And so it's just it's a lot of fun. It's a very engaging, frenetic, like kind of frenzied experience. It's a good time. So we would do that. We would do stuff like Rummy Cube and a lot of other kind of like board games that most people in the world, when they think of board games, those are the ones they think of, Life, Monopoly, all that kind of stuff.
Yep.
And then I really started doing more hobby board games whenever I was kind of in late elementary, early middle school age. At Thanksgiving, my cousin, who's about 15 years older than me, started to introduce some board games. And so like I played Munchkin in 4th grade or 5th grade.
Oh, wow. I'm not sure I realized Munchkin is that old.
Munchkin is that touching the line? I can't see.
No,
I don't
not.
think it is.
I see a gap.
You see a gap?
I see a gap.
Not a great start for me. Not a great start. Ooh.
Is that good for me? Is that on there?
Yeah, no, yeah, you're good.
Do you still play cards with your grandma?
No. So she's currently still alive. Her 100th birthday is upcoming.
No way.
Yeah.
Happy birthday. What's your grandma's name?
Her name is Mary.
Happy birthday, Mary.
Yeah, I appreciate that. But she is just at the point where that's not a
Sure.
part of her kind of daily life, and also I live nowhere near her, so.
Yeah.
But that was kind of a core part of me learning games growing up, was playing cards with my grandma, playing cards and board games with my family, and then moving into hobby board games as I got into kind of like middle school.
Yeah.
For myself, I didn't really push into it on a personal basis until about graduate school. When I was getting my master's in creative writing, I started to go to. I did 2 things. I got into vinyl records, and I have like a record player, so I like enjoy listening to that. But at the time, that was right when Barnes and Noble, they were pushing 3 main things. They were pushing books, and then they were pushing vinyl, and then they started to push board games. So one of my first experiences in the hobby was going to Barnes & Noble to get some vinyl records and seeing Coup on the shelf.
Ooh.
And if you don't know what Coup is, it's a really small, pretty well-known card game in terms of social deduction, but it's got a very shiny, shimmery silver box to it with, the Contessa on there. And so that it just kind of like popped off the shelf to me. And so I grabbed it, and then I got Catan, and then I got Lords of Waterdeep, and Dead of Winter, and Betrayal at House on the Hill, and it kind of snowballed from there.
So now that you've turned your hobby into your professional life, how do you feel about that? How do you feel? Nice shot. How do you feel about?
I had to take my mouth away from the mic to do it. I cheated.
I
didn't follow the rules.
I saw that a little bit. I was going to call you on it. I was going to call you on it, but I was like, that would be rude.
That's
as
fair.
a host. But I appreciate you calling yourself out. Don't do it again.
Well, that was kind of rude as a host. I feel like you meant to go for that one.
I was
aiming to go for that one.
I'll get that one next time. I think I'm setting it up here.
Okay.
No, how is that? How's that transition been? Like how you've combined the thing you really enjoy in life with the thing that
that
now
I
has
do
to
for work,
make you money, and there's not always fun parts of that.
So I recently the last video that's on my channel actually kind of talks about this to an extent, because
I told you I'd get that one next. You didn't believe me. You didn't believe me at all.
I didn't have any faith. I didn't have any faith in you. Because it's been 4 years, which is kind of crazy to me, kind of surreal that I've been doing this or pushing into this slowly, bit by bit. For that, almost knocked that off as well.
Did.
You have last shot, don't you?
I do.
This is not great. I kind of need to sink this 20 and then hope for the hope.
Do you?
Because all you have to do is knock that and stay on.
Well, I mean, you're gonna you have to get it in. I see.
Yeah.
pivotal moment.
Oh, it's okay. Go for that one, please. That was a big moment
bad.
for me. That was a big moment. I'm
So
okay
6-0.
with that. 6-0. I'm okay with that. All right, so it feels good. I will say this: in the last few months, and even kind of before that, when I still had a different part-time job that was in the industry, doing project management. My time in which I've actually played games has decreased.
Oh, 100%.
But I'm okay with that. Part of the thing that I realized about 2 years ago when I started doing the convention circuit was because I started this process when it was 4 years ago. It was right just before the pandemic and then fully in the pandemic. And when I stopped teaching, which is what I was doing prior to this, I realized that even though I like my own time, I do. Oh wait, no, it's your shot first.
Oh yeah.
I do miss having coworkers and the convention circuit where I met, a bunch of people, met you guys, met so many other individuals that work in the industry. I realized how much I missed people and the relationships that you make at work. And so, sure, my hobby has now become my job, but it has also been very enriching in terms of all the relationships that I've built.
Yeah.
And I play games, so I'm not a huge Euro or solo player. I prefer games where I have player interaction, and that's because I like to play games to be with people. And so even if I'm not playing as many games, the job that I've taken has allowed me to be with people, and so that is been fulfilling, even though it is strange sometimes or otherworldly that the thing that I was like, oh, I like games, and now it's work as well.
Yep. It's fun though. It's certainly a privilege. But
I'm okay with that because that's not good for you.
That is rough. There is no way
You can come right through here.
All right. Woof.
You got it.
Thanks. I appreciate the encouragement.
Yeah. Just get fully behind it. No deviation, left or right. You got this.
Oh.
That deserved it. That was beautiful.
Gary the Gnat. Did you see that? He went in my coffee a while ago. He hasn't come out.
Gary, the Gnat. Gary died?
Gary might be in here.
Gary.
Let's be honest. Not in my heart.
In my heart. Gary's in here.
I will carry him with us.
Remember Gary. Gary.
Okay. I feel like there's this in video games. There's this adage of teach someone to make video games and they'll just never play video games again in their life.
Yeah, but teach a man to make a video game and he becomes a video game maker.
That is the saying.
I know the saying. That was what you're saying. Yeah, that was super well-known saying, right? Yeah. Anyways, I interrupted you. What were you saying?
No, yeah, it's like I spend all day trying to make and sell board games, and then I spend my evenings making video games. And I now just there's the group chats let's play some Fortnite, and I'm just like,
I don't have any energy for that.
I want to, but I also just really want to work on making these games.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
But then I'm a bad friend. So
you went in a completely different direction than I thought, though, because what I assumed you were going to get at was the fact that you.
Is it my turn?
Yes. Okay. Yeah, it's your shot. I thought you were going to get at the fact that because you do this so much, you were experiencing a lack of desire to engage with it because you work on it so much. But the idea that the process of making them is invigorating you and making you want to keep making them.
Oh, 100%. I love the process.
Yeah. That's awesome.
The best part of my day is jamming out with other people on
Is that touching
ideas.
The line? I don't think
not.
It is. Son of a gun. That's terrible for me.
No,
that's so cool.
About every part of the process and still making animations at certain points. But yeah, I hit both of them,
wow.
I want to say.
Wow. That is barely still not touching, so I'm okay with that. You see if I can keep this in. I can't. I'm not capable. So you like the kind of creative process of collaborating with people and building that out?
Yes. No, I love making creative work with teams and then getting to share it.
Gotcha. So when I gave you that, when I was trying to talk with you about the game design ideas and you just ghosted me. Was that just because it wasn't a good idea, or?
I did do that.
And I don't mind it at all. I was just using that for the social discomfort.
Let's unpack why I ghosted you about your game design ideas. Well, first of all,
I would ghost me. I would ghost me. That's the official position of Lucky Duck Games.
Yeah,
is that I would ghost myself.
Anyone can ghost Devon. No, I think the real reason is that the ideas just weren't good, and I didn't know how to tell you.
Well, man, I love that we have chosen this private venue to discuss
those things. No, I really appreciate that too, because you so. Wow, what a terrible person I am. Because like genuinely, he was here like a little while ago, and I was telling you about this game idea I have, and I still want to make this game.
Nice.
And like you were so genuine about like how excited you were about this like feeling, like about this feeling of a game that I had, and you were like getting excited about it, and like you were so excited about it that you were like texting me your own ideas about this game, and then I just like kind of never texted you back. And
valid option.
I mean like genuinely, thank you for being interested in my thing.
Of course. No, I mean I think one of my favorite moments and I felt socially I felt a little bit bad about it, but I also didn't care at the end of the day. That one of my favorite moments from the Tennessee Game Days time was when you guys had the party here. You and me just kind of squirreled away, and you just showed me all of the creative stuff you were working on. And this is one of my favorite parts of the whole night, was just talking about all of the different projects. Like,
I appreciate that.
That was an absolute blast. I'm getting in my own way here. Disgusting. Yeah, this is just setting you up to blast those.
And I cannot hit them.
Good job. That was good.
I'm going to get shut out on my own podcast. I got to win at least one of these games.
There
nice
we go.
Shot. There's nothing I can do at this point. I'm just going to.
This is your last shot, isn't it?
Dude, oof.
I'll just
this is some
get practice shots in.
Poor play.
Oh, wow. That was a dink and a half.
All right.
That was half a dink.
It is 8-0, and you are getting back
8-0
at me for ghosting you about your great game ideas.
I mean, thank you for, just for the sake of this, adding that adjective in there that I don't think was in there, at all.
What's that?
You said great. I just don't. You didn't have to add that.
Oh yeah.
But
no, you're great. And actually, I do think
you said the idea. Good pivot to me as an individual. Oh yeah, you're great. No, your ideas suck. But
no, you actually
you're fine.
You did have very nice ideas. The problem is I realized the game that I was trying to design just like wasn't going to work.
Mm-hmm. That's fair.
And yeah, I'll come back to it. I really want to explore that feeling that we were talking about, which is like one of the feelings that I love in things that I consume is this like this aspect of kind of discovery, but in like a very like lost sense.
Sure.
Or like Severance more recently, like has given me that feeling of just like
I need to finish that. I'm like 4 or 5 episodes.
Oh yes, you do need to finish it. I'm a little jealous that you haven't finished it because you get to go finish it now.
That's fair. That's fair.
But
maybe I'll just leave it just like our game collaboration, just left off.
You can always pick it back up again. That's the thing.
Drifting into the void.
I've left you on
unfulfilled.
I've left you on red this whole time. I'm gonna get to it.
I've kept that blue dot on my iPhone for the last 6 months. And I look at it
in shame every day when I wake up and like, will today be the day I respond to Devon?
No.
And I'm like,
no. Will today be the day?
It's been too long.
It's been, at this
He'll
point,
never forget.
What do I even say? How can I bridge the gap that exists between us?
I needed that.
It's okay.
But anyways, I was jamming with you on a narrative idea. And like bring that into game. And I just feel like narrative is so hard to bring to board games.
Sure.
It's so difficult.
Sure.
And I really want to do it. Do you think what game have brought that type of feeling to you where like I'm actually invested in like
in the
characters
story?
Where this is going?
2 off the bat that are the most recent for me from board games would be Oathsworn and Unsettled.
I've played either of those.
So Unsettled is a cooperative survival game. Think No Man's Sky if the worlds all wanted to kill you and you weren't safe. So it's the
No Man's Sky if it was interesting, you mean? Just kidding. It's a very cool game. It's groundbreaking. It just wasn't for me.
It's groundbreaking.
It is. I'm like
You
very
seem
impressed
really
by it.
genuine about that. It's groundbreaking. I mean, yeah. But so one of the things the concept that Orange Nebula, who I'm a big fan of how they make stuff, and I think that you guys and them would vibe very, very well.
Oh
But,
yeah, no, we love the people over at Orange
the thing I
Nebula.
appreciate about their concept with Unsettled was they were like, you don't need aliens and warfare and any of that to make space scary. They're like, space is already terrifying.
Yeah.
So Unsettled is kind of like exploring other planets where Star Trek meets The Martian. So you're seeing new worlds and new experiences, but you're also just trying to stay alive.
And save Matt Damon.
And save Matt Damon. Matt Damon.
I don't know that reference.
You don't?
No.
It's from Team America World Police, the puppet movie. The very.
Are you making this up right now?
No, it's a very, very, very uncouth puppet movie. And I'll have to show you a clip after this because I feel like you don't believe me.
I don't.
Oh, that's unfortunate. But so Unsettled is fantastic. The writing that they do. Thank you so much. You shouldn't have. You shouldn't have. Okay, now I'm going to try and see if I can get a second one. Oh, that didn't work. You're in a great spot right now. You've got so many points, but you got to get both of those out of there. I said you were doing good, and you are no longer.
You jinxed me.
So Unsettled is great. They have very charismatic, witty, funny writing. In a way, pretty, comparable to Andy Weir and The Martian in terms of just the taking humor out of a rough situation. And then Oathsworn for me is just I've barely even touched it. Like I've only done 2 chapters out of the 21, but the storytelling and the writing in there is like kind of grim dark fantasy. It's just it's really really cool. So those are 2 like high points for me in terms of writing.
Yeah, so it's interesting to me because I think
Uh-huh.
yeah, you're totally on mic.
Totally on mic.
You're totally on mic. You need to say something to me while you're taking. Dang it.
Totally on mic. Stayed on mic the whole time, babe. Stayed on mic the whole time. Which one do I look at? That one or that?
You can look at whatever you want.
Either one.
Either one.
Okay. Either
Nick's
one.
got you
either
in
one.
there.
Either,
Thanks, Nick.
Thanks for all the
Our amazing producer. Editor,
I wonder if he's
filmmaker.
doing this to do the joke with me because I keep looking around at different cameras, or he's like, I'm trying to track this guy and I don't want to do it anymore.
Where's my gym? There's my gym over there. All right.
I want you to know that you guys have given me some pop culture recommendations unknowingly, because the last time I was here, I felt like I was an outsider in your guys' locker room or water,
Oh, interesting.
water cooler talk.
Yeah.
Because you guys kept referencing, I think you should.
Oh yeah, I think you should leave.
I think you should leave. Yeah. And so I just started watching a bunch of shorts on it, and the algorithm was like, he wants to watch these. And so now I've just watched a ton of them to the point where I've even started watching the show on Netflix. So I'm only a couple episodes in, but I wanted you to know that I'm not normally someone for social discomfort humor.
It is awful. Like it is so uncomfortable. I remember,
but it's also hilarious.
It's amazing. I remember like the staff was like into it, and I was not in on the joke, and they were just like posting, I think you should leave content all the time, and I'm just like, I mean, they're funny GIFs. Like I'm sure you've seen them. Like they're all over TikTok, they're all over Twitter. It's everywhere. Yeah. And I think me and my wife watched the first episode. I don't think we laughed once. I think we were just like, why are we watching this man shout at us for like a half an hour about the weirdest things you can imagine. But then the next day, here we are.
Quoting it.
Just
thinking about it.
Just thinking about it, quoting it.
That's great.
It's great.
That's so good.
So yeah, can't recommend it enough. It's hilarious. But it's also like It is very cringe.
It's cringe, super niche kind of humor, but very funny.
So wait, anyway, so back to what we were talking about with this like storytelling. I want to close that loop. But one of the things I've been thinking about, like with
you want to close that loop.
I want to close
you looper.
It's a good movie.
Right. He kind of stumbled with Star Wars, but I mean, he did a really good job.
We don't have time to get into that.
Whoa! Rein it in. Okay, I'm going to do something stupid and try to knock this back into the one that you just knocked.
Great. Okay. You go do something stupid, but no, I find that it like. I like think about games from a standpoint of like the games that I've like connected with the most emotionally have been video games, right?
Sure.
Like not board games.
Sure.
And generally solo games, right? Because you are able to get invested in like a story.
Last of Us, God of War.
Totally.
Uncharted 4. Oh.
Yeah, I've actually played.
Have you ever played the Uncharted series?
No, I haven't played Uncharted.
Uncharted 4 is like playing a movie. You should 100% try it.
So the tricky part though is like, can you name a multiplayer game that has like unpacked those things? Because I think in general, in game design, in multiplayer, like you are becoming the characters, right? Like and your friends become the characters. And I think
an emotionally resonant multiplayer game. That's interesting.
It's
a hard ask.
Yeah, I think it just like shifts the dynamic in a way that it's really hard to like tell an interesting story, because the most interesting story is the game you're playing.
Yeah.
The most interesting story is like the people around the table.
Yeah.
And it's just like I don't know that I've ever played a game that's like gotten me to a place where I care more about like what's happening here than what's happening here. And I think that's okay. But I think there's something left on the table, literally and metaphorically, that is yet to be explored, and I would like to find it. That
missing thing is that ingredient is what you want to try to like extract and find a way to like actually have present.
I needed that. Yes, no, definitely, but maybe it's not possible. I don't know. It's something that I've been thinking about a lot lately.
Cool. Do you have a shot left, or is this?
I have one. Shot? I think I have one more shot left.
Because I think I went first. Yeah, that makes sense.
Then we're about to wrap this up.
I don't like these two shots.
Smoked me.
I don't like these two shots. I'm gonna try to see if I can ricochet, but I don't know if it'll happen. Yeah, on mic.
You're on mic. No.
On mic.
All right, so
it's doable.
It's doable. I can do this.
It's doable.
While you're doing that, I want you to think for me.
I'm gonna get my chin off the mic.
So you have a YouTube channel, which
do.
Everyone should go check it out.
Mm-hmm.
What is?
I'll check it out after this. I'll look it up.
What is a negative comment that you have gotten that like it might not be the worst? It's just the one that like you think about, that like you come back to. And then I'm also gonna make you give me a positive one.
Man, I don't think that there's any one particular negative comment that I have just like in mind that I've held on to or anything.
Also, good game.
Good game, man. I mean, fantastic.
In the way where you brutally demoralized me on camera, 9-0. Great game.
Oh, the score is what demoralized you, not the fact that you ghosted me on our collaboration.
No, that demoralized you.
It did. I'm not holding on to it at all. I'll talk to you later, therapist.
Nothing. The negative comments are nothing in comparison to the absence of me.
Of you. I need you in my life, Zach. Yes. That's the negative comment. Yeah. It wasn't on YouTube. It was the absence of anything in my texts. Slide into my DMs, please, Zach.
I'll do better.
So I think for me, it's not any one negative comment. I think it's when people... Audiences are interesting things because they can be both... and I don't really think it's not really a pithy or insightful comment. It's just reflective of who humans are and human nature.
Okay.
That the internet exacerbates or intensifies both the best and the worst in people. So I think the internet allows people to, on a positive note, reach out and connect with other humans and be selfless and be part of a community and really give in a meaningful way that connects people. On the other side of that, it also enables people to be the most vitriolic, assuming, and negative without the social consequences because they can say it and walk away. And so I think it gives people the capacity to lean into their worst habits. And one of the ones that I dislike the most is you can say whatever you want about my content. You can say it's dumb. You can say I'm not right about the game critique that I'm leveling. You can say just about anything that is qualitative to the content that I'm doing. But as soon as you make qualitative or negatively connotated remarks about me as a person that is outside of the content that I'm doing, that is just like an ad hominem attack, I don't remember those, but I feel those more.
Yeah.
Because to me, they're very like unjustified. And as someone like I mentioned previously who feels like they're in this space because of people, when the people let you down, like if I play a game and I don't like a game, whatever. There's so many games out there. If I play a game and I lose a game, whatever, I'm going to play more games. Like those negative experiences or experiences that aren't positive, I don't even know if I'd call them negative experiences because they don't affect me psychically in that way.
Psychically?
Yeah. Psychologically, psychically.
No. I mean, if they affect you psychically, though, that'd be pretty cool.
That'd be pretty dope.
Yeah.
I'm playing the right games. So that stuff doesn't hit me. But because I feel like I really care about relationships when I'm trying to connect with people, if you assume that something about me, that bothers me. It doesn't weigh on me, but it bothers me.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I would say probably not any one negative thing, but just the instinct for people to not be kind.
Yeah.
Which is a weird instinct for me because I think it takes more mental energy to be negative than it takes to be positive. So, in a very like a little bit more generalized way than the like, standard thing about it takes more muscles to frown than it does to smile. But kind of that.
Yeah.
On a positive note, for me, it would probably be any one of the comments where people are like, hey, I'm so happy I found you, or I'm so happy like we've connected because it's been meaningful for me.
Yeah.
So the fact that I could have had a positive influence on people, even in a passing manner, and that means a lot. So like the video that I mentioned recently where I kind of looked back on the last 4 years, there were a lot of people that were like, hey, love your journey. And I'm not stealing that from the cool guy who makes watches on TikTok, but love your journey.
Oh, that sounds cool. What kind of watches does he make?
He made a challenge to himself. His name's like Tim something, but he made a challenge to himself to start like an international watch brand. Oh. And so, but he goes around and like his TikTok shtick or his premise of his videos is he has the watch brand, but he also goes around to different cities across the world, and he stands in front of a camera, has a timer that is live going, and he'll give like one or two vague details about where he is, and the first person to find him physically and say love your journey, he gives him a free watch.
Whoa.
And
that's a fun idea.
Yeah, there are certain marketing things that when I see them, I'm like, Ivy would do that.
Oh, nice.
So I saw that. I was like, that's awesome. I was like, because he makes like a sleek, cool product.
Yeah.
But then he connects with people, and he kind of shared the whole process over that on social media, and so social media is also where he connects with people. I mean, it's crazy. Like there are times where people will find him in less than 5 minutes, which means like they're actively on their phones.
Yeah.
They're actively with him.
That is wild.
And then they see him go live. And then they're
like,
I know where that is. That's in my hometown. Oh my gosh, he's in my hometown. And they like drive, and like these are people, they are running up to him, and they're like, love your journey.
And you know what I'm thinking?
What?
Those people don't have kids.
They don't have kids at all. Absolutely. They're either at work or they don't have kids.
Yeah.
Because me, I'd be there with like a jogging stroller, like,
love your journey. Yeah, maybe they do. Maybe they're just like, we're going on a trip.
On our favorite rocket ship.
Do you want to watch? I want to watch.
Yeah.
Well,
really cool.
Anyways, that's very nice. You like comments about connecting people.
Yeah.
You don't like comments where they attack you personally. So completely unrelated. Yeah. What is the thing you're most insecure about? Let's put that on the internet.
The thing I'm most insecure about is
don't do it.
I was okay to do it.
Oh,
no,
you don't have to. But thank you actually for coming on the show.
Of course, appreciate it. Thank you for having me.
Appreciate you. Appreciate your friendship. I will do a better job of texting you back in the future. But
I
only
would have only
because-
said it if it didn't actually bother me.
But only because you publicly shamed me into doing so.
Yes.
So now when I text you back
there's
in
no
the future,
authentic connection. This is a forced relationship.
So now in the future, you're just gonna wonder, like, is he texting me back because he likes me, or is he texting me back because I once publicly?
Hey,
shamed
Devon,
him
saw
on-
this really cool movie. What do you think about it? Let's talk creative. And you're like, oh, he doesn't even like me.
No. Genuinely, Devon, I do really like you. So
I
I appreciate
that.
your friendship. I appreciate this wonderful crokinole
Yeah.
board you gave us.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're here. So.
It was a selfish thing. I was just like, if I get it for them when I come back and visit, uninvited,
Yeah.
I can just play crokinole.
Well, where can people find you on the internet?
People
Or in
can
real life?
find me on the internet or in real life. I mean, I go to all of the English market trade shows. So that's like Gen Con, which we were just at. I'll be at Essen in October. I'll be at PAX U in December. So you can come see me physically at a convention
Very
if you
nice.
would like to come to those. And I will be at the Lucky Duck booth. And then I also am on both my YouTube channel, Devon Talks Tabletop, which is slowly putting out content based off of
Back on
me
that.
adjusting to my new work,
Great.
environment.
Yeah.
And then also I have recently started a Discord to supplement contact with my online community in between videos. So
Love
I have
it.
a Discord, I have a YouTube channel, and then I also am the marketing specialist for Lucky Duck.
Nice. Thanks for watching, everybody. See you next time on.
you guys.
What'd you name the show?
What did I name it?
Yeah.
I think I named it Crokinole Queries because we're going deep.
It's
Not Crokinole Queries.
Crokinole Queries.
Crokinole Queries.
Or Quarries.
Or Queries.
You can say it either way. I don't care. All right. That's
Bye.
the end.